What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a story time. So it's about that time of year where all the vampires, ghouls, and ghosts come out to play. It's Halloween. And in celebration of Halloween, I decided that I wanted to share some ghost stories with you guys. These stories, I don't know if you guys believe in ghosts, or if you don't, or if that's just not your thing, you don't want to hear about it, but these are true stories. I'm going to tell you two stories, one that happened to me personally and one that actually happened to my cousin, that I did get permission to tell this story. Because she told me this story and I just never forgot it because what happened at the end. So hope you guys enjoy my ghost stories. Before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also comment down below at the end or during, whenever, for what you guys think about my stories. Let me know if you guys like my story times. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So let's get some lighting going on in here. Okay, so the first ghost story that I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna leave my personal story for the end. So the first story is for my cousin, and this is what happened to her. So growing up, we were always doing sports. So track and field every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and tennis every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on the weekends, there were tournaments and competitions. Okay, so one Saturday, we came home from a tournament. My cousin went to her home and she went straight to bed. This was like around 7 o'clock at night. She went straight to bed. She was so tired. So she decided just to take a nap real quick before like actually getting up and taking a shower. So she went to bed, and this was around like 7 o'clock at night. She woke up around 12 o'clock. And before she got up and went to take a shower, she decided to like just get up and just fold up some clothes, get her bed ready and everything like that so she can go take her shower and go back to bed. So while she was folding up her clothes, her bedroom door was open, and there's like a hallway right outside the bedroom. It's not like a hallway looking down a hallway, it's a hallway going this way. So it's like her doorway is facing a wall. So she was just like looking out that hallway, and she saw this thing, this being, I don't know what it was, but it just slowly started floating, going right into the middle of her doorway. And she just freaked out. She was like, what is this thing? It was in a long white dress, and it had long black hair, and it was just like the profile of this thing, just like going, floating. Then the whole body just like turned and faced her. As it turned and faced her, she noticed that the face was full on like skull face, but it did not have a face. And she told me that she just passed out. And when she passed out, we don't know what happened after that, but she knocked out. And then the next morning, my uncle came to her room to wake her up, and she was on the floor, and he woke her up on the floor because she fainted, you know. So he woke her up on the floor, and she didn't tell him anything about what happened, but when he woke her up, he told her that our great-grandmother had just passed away last night. So she saw this thing at like 12 o'clock at night, and my great-grandmother passed away at like 3 o'clock in the morning in her sleep. So we don't know what that thing was. I'm saying it was like a Grim Reaper or something, like, you know, something to come and take the spirit. That's just my opinion, because why were you there? And the only thing is that She saw this thing. Her bedroom is upstairs, and my great-grandmother's bedroom was directly below her bedroom. And this thing was right above her bedroom. So I'm assuming right after she fainted that this thing basically like sunk into the floor to go into my great-grandmother's bedroom to take her away. That's what I'm thinking. So that's why this story really freaks me out because of what happened to her. You know, like what she saw, what actually happened. Like she was found on the floor, and my great-grandmother did pass away that night. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that it was a dream or whatever, but that's what happened, and I completely believe her because I've seen things too, and like I believe in those type of things. So yeah. So that's ghost story number 1. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. Is it scary? Is it like nerve-wracking? Like, let me know what you guys think. True story. So that was true story number 1. So now we're going on to true story number 2, my personal story. And my personal story has 3 parts. And this was basically all in the span of 1 week. So ghost story number 2. I live in the States, and oh, I forgot to tell you guys, this was all in St. Martin, by the way, in the islands, in the Caribbean. So I went home for the summer when I was in college. So I just went home for the summer, and I don't really know what was going on. We have these superstitions back home where to ward off spirits or to ward off jumbies. Jumbies are like another word for like ghost or spirit or something. So to ward off these jumbies, you would have to, for instance, if you are out at 12 a.m., past 12 a.m., make sure that you walk into your house backwards. If you walk into your house backwards, then they won't follow you inside. So you have to walk through backwards. You can't walk forwards, or they'll follow you inside from your back. Or there's another one, which is the one that's pertaining to this story, where it's if you hear someone calling you, if you hear someone calling your name, and this one I truly believe because this happened to me. If you hear someone calling your name, do not answer them. Not on any circumstances do you answer anyone calling your name. You have to actually get up, go to someone, go to a person, and actually talk directly to that person and ask them if they called you. You can't be in a room by yourself, hear someone call your name, and then yell out hello or whatever, like yell out answering the person. If you do answer them, then you're basically telling the thing that called you, letting them know that you can hear them, and they will make themselves known. So don't do that. I've never done that, or I've tried not to. But usually I do it anyway if I know it's my mom or my dad. But this time was different. So here's the story. So I went home for the summer, and the first time, the only people in the house is me and my mom. So she's downstairs washing the dishes, and I'm upstairs in my room just watching TV. And then I heard someone say my name. I heard someone say, Danielle. And I'm like I stopped for a second because, you know, like if you're not focusing, like the voice sounds different. But it sounded like my mother. Like it sounded like my mother's voice. But it sounded like my mother's voice underwater. You know, like it sounded warped. So I'm like, usually I would be like, yes, ma. But no, like it sounded weird. So I actually got up I went downstairs, I went to her and I was like, did you call me? And then she's like, no. And I was like, someone just called my name. And then she's like, don't answer it. She's like, it's a good thing you came to me. She's like, don't answer them. And I was like, okay. So then the second time it happened, like maybe 2 or 3 days later, now it's only me and my dad home. He's upstairs now in the office and I'm in my room again watching TV. And then I hear something else say, Danny. And I'm like, okay, it sounds like my dad's voice. But again, it sounds underwater. It sounds warped. Like what? Like, so I decided to do it again. I got up, went to my dad, went in the office, and I was like, hey, did you call me? And he's like, no. And I was like, someone keeps calling me. And he's like, don't answer it. I was like, what the heck? Like, this entire time, no one has been calling my name. Now I'm hearing my name called. He's like, don't answer it. And I was like, okay. I go back down in my room. Now, this is when the spooky thing happens. So now I'm in my room. This is after I went to bed. This is probably like a few days later again. I went to bed, and in my room there are 2 doors. One that's leading outside and the other that's leading into the rest of the house, my room door. So I wake up in the middle of the night around 2 o'clock in the morning because I hear my bedroom door close. So I get up and I look to see if like anyone's in my room. From my bedroom door, I see this really tall old man, skinny, tall old man, head to toe fully gray, right? And he's just slowly walking from the bedroom door to the outside door. And I'm just following this person across my room, and I'm trying to figure out, who the heck is that? And I'm thinking that, what? I don't even know what I was thinking. I was following this dude. I'm following this dude across, and he stops at my bedroom door, the outside door. And I have this curtain because the door actually has like these windows on it. So I have this curtain over the door, and he went like this. His hand goes up, touches the curtain, moves the curtain, like you see the curtain move, and he's like this. He looks out, and then he's going back up. Then he's looking out, then he's going back up. He did that like 4 or 5 times, going like this, looking out, closing it, looking out, closing it. And I'm over here like, what the hell is he doing, right? So I'm like, all right, I gotta be like still half asleep or something. Impossible. But I'm like, why am I watching this person like walking across? Like, it's crazy. So you know how like when you think you're still asleep, you like rub your eyes or like close your eyes really tight to open them back up to like focus, basically. So I did that. I closed my eyes, I rubbed my eyes and everything. And then I looked again. The minute I opened my eyes, okay, let me just show you guys what he did. So this is me, like I'm him and you guys are watching me. Like you guys are me, you're watching what he's doing. So he's like this, like going like this, close. Going like this, close, right? I'm over here, I rub my eyes, and then when I look back at him to see, I'm like, okay, by the time I open my eyes, he's gonna be gone, right? I'm thinking he's gonna be gone. I already, like, I'm focused. I'm awake now. I'm focused. So I close my eyes, I open them back up, and I look over, and now he's staring at me. And his eyes were bright yellow. I cannot forget what his face looked like. He looked like, he has a long old man face. I see the wrinkles everywhere along his whole face. His eyes were bright yellow, and he stared at me. That made me jump. because I'm like, now I'm awake. So now I can like focus and actually get scared. Like, what the? So that made me jump. I pulled the covers over my head and I'm over here freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand what is happening. So I'm like, okay, maybe now he'll be gone. I pull the covers down off my head and the dude is on my bed over me like this. Like he's like this. Like literally squatting down over me with his hands on his knees, looking at me like this, with his eyes still bright yellow. This is not something that I can make up, okay? I cannot make this up, I swear. He's at me like this, and like his face is like this, like just staring at me, trying to, I don't know what he was doing, but like, so I squealed, I screamed a little bit, and then I turned on the light, because I have a lamp right next to my bed. I turned on the light, like I jumped, turned on the light, I looked back, and he's gone. Like the minute the light turned on, he was gone. I don't know. That freaked me out so much. I don't know who the guy is. I don't know. I don't know. And the way how he walked, he walks like this. Like he walks with his hands forward. Like he walks with his, like his hands are forward and he's walking like this. Going like, that's how he like crossed my room. That was so, that freaked me out. That freaked me out. I can't forget this guy's face. And then the next morning, and I asked my parents, I was like, I told my parents the whole story. Then I asked them, do you guys know like an old man? Like a really tall old man that died. I was like, I know that my dad built the house. My dad designed the house and helped build the house, right? So it's not like we bought the house and it was previously owned by someone who died. No, we built that house. And I don't know, like I was like, was someone buried here? Was this on like an old burial ground or something? Like I don't understand. Like, do you know anyone who looks like this? They don't know anything. They can't tell me anything. They have no idea who he is. They have no idea why he was there. But like the only thing is that I did not feel like my life or anything was in danger when he was walking across the room. Like not even when he was like looking at me and stuff. Like it was scary. Like it was scary, but I didn't think that he was gonna harm me just because he had just like walked across the room and then he was looking outside, looking back, looking outside, looking back. I was like, what are you looking for? Like, are you protecting me? Like, I don't understand. Like, what are you doing? So I don't know. That was just really freaky. And that summer was crazy. All right, I'm a little bit out of breath because I'm like panicking right now. Just having to like tell the whole story. Like it's hot. Like I don't know. I'm getting like hot flashes and stuff just like thinking about it. It's really freaky to think about. I don't know if this scared you a little bit. I don't know if this made you a little bit uneasy, but these are true stories that happened to me and my family members. And yeah, believe it if you want to believe it. Whether or not you do believe it, they were true stories. They actually happened. All right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time, true story, ghost story session. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you believe that this actually happened? I'm letting you know that whether you do believe or whether you don't believe, it's true. It did actually happen. But I just want to know if you believe in that type of stuff, you know. what is your take on ghosts and Jumbees, or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, so these are my true stories and also my cousin's true stories. To me, it's with the islands. Like, the islands is just full of ghosts, in my opinion. I get so uneasy sleeping over at someone else's house. I get, not in the States, like, it's easy for me. It's easy for me to be somewhere else in the States. But like in the islands, like, it freaks me out to sleep over at a hotel room. It freaks me out to sleep over at another person's house. Like, it freaks me out anywhere in the islands that's not my own bed. I don't know what it is. It's just like a feeling inside that I don't like it. And like I said in the beginning, we were always doing track and field and tennis. So tournaments and competitions were not only in St. Martin, it was actually like in other islands too. So I've been to a lot of other islands, and every time I go, I used to dread every single time when they're like, oh, we're gonna be doing a tournament in Curacao. Oh, we're gonna be doing a tournament in Aruba or St. Lucia or St. Kitts and Nevis or something. You know, like, I like visiting them, but at night when I have to sleep, I dread it. I do not feel safe at all. I do not feel safe in other islands. I don't like to go to other islands. I love them. They're so beautiful, but they scare the shit out of me. Okay? Other islands scare the shit out of me. Because the vibe I get from the dead, it's not fun. It's not fun at night. I don't like it. I always feel like I'm being watched. And not by people. There's no one around. When there's no one around, but I always feel like I'm being watched. All the time. The only island I'm always safe at, that I feel safe at, is in St. Martin. Because I grew up there. I'm used to the feeling. But like, I don't like the feeling. It's not fun for me. So yeah. Just a little story time about me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also comment down below. I really want to know what you guys think about this video. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification right next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. That actually notifies you whenever I post again. So yeah. Once again, thank you guys so much for listening to my story time. Hope to see you guys in my next videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.